Karen pressed a single fingertip to her daughter Lily's hair, gently smoothing it back as they sat in the wide-windowed dining room of the downtown hotel. The buttery light of the chandeliers overhead glinted in the highly polished silverware, soft music drifted from hidden speakers. Karen glanced down at her watch, 8:45 p.m. She'd been here with Lily for maybe 10 minutes, ordering pizza and a soda, two things Lily loved. Then she'd told the hostess it was a treat, just the two of us, and hoped to slip away quietly. She didn't belong in a place like this. Not really. Not for someone like her, a single mother just getting by on part-time shifts, juggling daycare pickups, homework help, the ever-present worry of whether the rent would get paid in full. She had asked herself, on the subway ride in, whether she should cancel the whole thing. But Lily had insisted. "Mommy, please," she'd said, with big hopeful eyes. "It's been a long time since we just had pizza together." So here they were. Across the room sat a tall, dark-suited man at a corner table, reading something on a tablet. His presence was quiet but thing of gravitas, the kind you noticed without intending to. Karen tried not to meet his gaze. She kept Lily turned slightly toward her, talking softly about school, the art project coming up, how Lily wanted to paint a unicorn. She hoped the father figure in the suit wouldn't pay them any mind. Then it happened. Lily's eyes wandered. She looked at the man's table. She leaned forward a bit, peering at the platter of steak and grilled vegetables in front of him, the candles flickering, the wine glass standing full though he had only taken a sip. She lingered just a moment too long. The man caught the glance. He didn't shift. He didn't scowl. He raised his eyebrows, and he smiled just a little, the kind of small, knowing gesture that said, "Yes, I saw you." Karen's heart lurched. She caught Lily's eye and whispered, "Sweetie, stop staring." But the girl kept looking. Because the steak looked big. And because Lily's stomach had been growling for a good hour, and because she was 5 and new sights were exciting. The man set aside his tablet and leaned back. He took off his cufflink, and calmly looked at them. "Excuse me," he said, voice smooth and low, projecting neither threat nor patron flattery. "Just attention. Would your daughter like a bite of that?" he asked, indicating the steak, his fork poised between tender grilled pieces. For a second Karen froze. She felt the flush of shame. "Yes, he sees us." "No, we shouldn't." She shook her head. "Thank you, but no, we're fine." But Lily's eyes lit up. She heard the question and looked back at the plate. "Are you sure?" the man asked him again. "You look hungry." Karen swallowed. She forced a polite smile. "Thank you for noticing. Yes, we're okay. Just celebrating a little, that's all." The man nodded, understanding. He pointed to the empty seat across from him. "Why don't you join me?" he said kindly. "Make it easier. I was going to order something else anyway." This was the moment Karen had dreaded. Because she didn't want to accept charity. She didn't want her daughter to think she needed it. She didn't want to be seen like that. She had wanted a normal dinner, their dinner, without the glare of pity. And here was this stranger, a stranger with money the way she only saw in passing magazines, offering. She looked at Lily, the little girl's face, tentative, hopeful. "Mommy," she mouthed without sound. Karen exhaled. "Thank you," she said. "But only if you're sure it's okay." The man smiled. "Of course it's okay." They moved across, Karen pulling some cash from her purse just in case, her pride still whispering she'd pay. The waiter came and took Lily's order, mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, a side of carrots. Karen ordered a salad for herself. The man kept his steak. Soon the table carried laughter from the child, a warm color in the room. Over the next minutes, conversation bloomed. The man asked Lily about school. He asked Karen about art class. He asked what Lily wanted to be when she grew up. Lily said she wanted to ride a unicorn and be a veterinarian. The man nodded, serious as if he were making a plan. Karen glanced at him, and noticed, behind the suit and the poised confidence, kindness. No hurry, no agenda, just presence. Eventually, Karen asked him, "I'm sorry, by the way, my name's Karen, and this is Lily." "And I'm Thomas. Thomas Anderson," he said, extending his hand. "Pleasure to meet you, both of you." Karen grasped his hand. "Thank you for inviting us. It means a lot." Thomas nodded. "I remember being 5 years old. I remember dinners like this, where the grown-ups talked and the food tasted extra good because we had no worries. I thought you two might enjoy it." Karen's throat tightened. Nobody had offered that to her in a while. She managed to say, "That's exactly what Lily wants, just one night where we're normal." Thomas smiled and leaned back. Then let's make it memorable. He raised his glass, a tumbler of water for him, a juice for Lily. To memorable nights. Lily raised hers too, giggling. Karen followed. As the meal progressed, Thomas asked gentle questions about how Karen managed. He listened when she talked, and when she didn't want to, he let silence fill the space for just a moment so that no one felt rushed. Lily chattered with him about unicorns, carrots, the art project. Thomas listened, and asked for drawings later. At dessert time, the waitress placed chocolate brownies and vanilla ice cream in front of Lily. Thomas offered his plate too, for everyone to pick from. Karen hesitated but then let Lily dip a spoon into the brownie, her eyes bright. Afterwards, when the bill arrived, Thomas waved the waiter off. Karen squeezed his hand under the table, "Thank you," but didn't quite know how to say everything she felt. They stood, collected their coats. Thomas walked them to the valet, chatted with Lily about how space rockets fly. He tipped the valet generously, then walked them partway down the street. "If you ever need anything," he began. Karen stopped him softly. "We're okay," she said. "Thank you." Thomas nodded. "Still, if you ever just want another dinner, call this number." He handed her a card. No title, no full address. Just his name, number. "Give me a call." No strings. They parted. Karen tucked Lily's hand into hers and walked down the illuminated sidewalk, lights bouncing off wet pavement. It had rained earlier. Lily hummed a tune, happy. Karen let herself breathe, deeply, for the first time in a long time. Back at home later, at Lily's little bed, Karen kissed her goodnight. Lily hugged her tight. "Mommy, tonight was magical," she said. Karen held her. "Yes," she whispered. It was. Later that night, Karen sat at the kitchen table, card in front of her. She stared at Thomas's number. She thought of what such a number meant: opportunity, compassion, maybe help. But she also thought of her dignity, her yearning to stand on her own 2 feet. She wondered how this would change things. She wondered if she wanted it to. In the days that followed, Karen found she didn't ask the card number again. She didn't call, but something inside her shifted. She allowed herself more hope. She allowed Lily more treats. She let them go to the park on the weekend, to the ice cream truck. She applied for a new job, one with better hours, because she believed she might get it. And she painted with Lily, unicorns and pink skies and flying dogs, because she had time at last to sit still. Thomas, meanwhile, never asked for anything in return. He saw them, really saw them, for one evening. He didn't expect grand gestures or gratitude. He didn't offer massive donations or press releases or life-altering contracts. He simply offered kindness, and in that kindness, Karen found change. Not external, dramatic change, not an immediate fortune or a big rescue. But internal change, the knowledge that someone noticed, that someone thought they mattered. And maybe that was enough to give them the courage to keep going. Lily's next school art project was a unicorn standing atop a skyscraper, holding hands with a little girl, smiling. Karen smiled when she saw it on the refrigerator door. "That's you and me," Lily said. "And the billionaire who noticed my plate." Karen nodded. "Yes," she said, "that's us." And in the quiet aftermath of that dinner, Karen realized, you don't always need someone to pull you out. Sometimes what you need is someone who simply invites you in, who recognizes you, who sees your daughter staring at a steak, not greedily, but with longing, and asks, not chastises, "Would you like a bite?" It doesn't erase the bills. It doesn't fix everything, but it shifts the world a little bit more kind, a little bit more possible. And for that single night, Karen and Lily felt the full weight of hope, and carried it forward into the tomorrow that was waiting.